The case now, this next one, the jury has reached the decision, or the possibility of deciding on one, of a man who says he shot and killed an exchange student in his garage. Today, the prosecutor said the suspect is proud of himself and thinks his neighborhood should rejoice. The suspect is this man, Marcus Karma. He says that he shot the teenager in self-defense because he feared for his family's safety. But the prosecutors say he actually methodically planned everything, meticulous in every way. Today, they say he even warned his neighbors that he was going to hurt somebody before it happened. Prosecutors say he was angry because burglars had hit his home before, so he left his garage door partly open against the orders of police and waited for somebody to come in. Defense attorneys argue he was dealing with a lot of stress. Well, just yesterday, his attorneys rested their case with a video of him crying in the interview room after the cops accused him of murder. Criminal defense attorney Whitney Boan is with us here on the Fox News deck. Here's the thing. The prosecutors made the case, and according to those in the courtroom, made so somewhat effectively, that he set a trap, that his prey came in, and he shot and killed it.
Yes, but the bottom line is he was being burglarized. At the end of the day, a burglary was still occurring. And the prosecution focused very heavily in their closing arguments on the fact that this 17-year-old boy was there simply to steal a beer. At the end of the day, that's still a burglary.
So anytime a burglar comes around, armed or not, whether I feel like I'm about to die or not, I can just shoot him and kill him.
Well, I think pursuant to Montana law, it's not just that you're in imminent fear of great bodily harm or death, it's also that you're being victimized with a forcible felony, which burglary qualifies as a forcible felony. So in the situation that Karma was faced with, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to whether or not reasonably, based on the totality of the circumstances he was faced with, that he felt like he was in imminent fear of great bodily harm or death, and that he was, or that he was being victimized by a forcible felony, such as burglary, which is what occurred in this case.
So he told his neighbors, I'm gonna hurt somebody. The police had said, keep your garage doors down, do due diligence, try to protect yourself. In other words, lock your front doors, do basic things that human beings have to do. So what if he had set a sign up out front that said, there's a $1,000 pot of gold in that garage, and it's unlocked, go help yourself. And somebody had come in there to burglarize him and steal his gold, and he blew their head off. Would that be okay too? And if not, why not?
No, it wouldn't. I mean,
well, then why is this okay?
Because in this instance, he didn't do that. He didn't put out a sign
He didn't set a trap?
Well, a trap would imply that he set it up so that someone was invited to be in his home. Just by leaving your garage door open, that doesn't mean you give up your expectation to live in safety in your own home. Nor does it mean you give up the expectation that you don't have someone wandering into your garage in the middle of the night or in the early morning hours in the dark, regardless of what the reason being, you know. You don't give up that right. We should all be free to leave our garage doors open.
But around here, if I do that sort of thing and I shoot and kill somebody, I'm going to jail because I was in my house. This guy came out and shot this person. And what I'm trying to illustrate here by arguing the story in this way is the laws are real different there in Montana than they are in some other states. This stand your ground law does not come without controversy.
No, it comes with a lot of controversy, and I think that there's been some discussion by Montana lawmakers even since this incident that they're talking about repealing it, just like has happened in Florida where I practice. You know, they've after Zimmerman and the Dunn trial, there's been a lot of talk of repealing the stand your ground laws there as well. I think that they are valid laws. I think that we have the right to be safe in our homes, and I think that people who exercise the right to protect themselves in their own home. You know, the prosecution's arguing in this case that he should have turned the light on and he should have just shut the door to the garage. The garage is attached to his house. Why does he have to do that? You know, what does he have to wait for the guy to then break down the door, shoot through the door? I mean, because
this one didn't have a
well, he didn't, but you know, the bottom line is in Montana and with a lot of these stand your ground laws, you know, the mistake that he didn't actually have a weapon doesn't matter. It doesn't, I mean, it matters, but it doesn't negate the protection that he's afforded under the law. I mean, he still has the right to protect himself if he reasonably fears that he's in imminent risk of great bodily harm or death, or he's the victim of a forcible felony, especially in his own home.
And the jury is now tasked with deciding whether he really was in jeopardy, whether he really was in jeopardy of great bodily harm, or if what he really did was much like you would for a raccoon trying to get into your trash can, you set a trap for the raccoon and then blow its head off. With a raccoon, that's kind of okay unless you've got animal rights activists around. But in America, still, if it's a human, you really can't do that.
Well,
The
yes.
trash is not as protected as the house. Right?
No,
Not even
I
in
would hope
Florida.
not. Not even in Florida or Montana.
It's good to see you. Thank
Good
you.
to see you. Thank you.